Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Avagalo, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. So, last time we played through the first two of the remastered Borg and Undine missions, which ended off with us rescuing um,
Cooper.
Cooper, yeah, from a planet that was being...
So far as we know.
Yeah, that was being assimilated and then was blown up by the Undine. So now we're going to carry on with that storyline.
Go stop
now
us.
Yes, so now we are tracking the captured Undine ship.
Who will probably be assimilated. Because, we played this mission before.
Yeah.
It's called Assimilation. You know they're not going to let a boss like an assimilated Undine go unused.
Yeah, I mean, they've already made that asset.
Yep. Actually, I think they specifically redid it when they remastered these two.
I think they did.
Yeah, we gotta go shoot a bunch of Borg. That's right, come into range.
So there wasn't really much new that came out this week.
Nah, they've been tweaking the XP, the ship XP gains and stuff, and some hit points to make some of the Delta Rising stuff look kind of grindy.
Yeah, they also released a new mission to coincide. Well, they call it a bonus mission, but it's, they basically released something to epilogue the main story of Delta Rising.
Yeah.
And I finally got a character to 60 and did those missions, and the two ending missions are both kind of interesting.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to those yet. I need to do some more, but some of the stuff in Delta Rising is not something I like very much, and I'll explain that more when we get there. And actually, I'll probably have a completely different experience. My main problem was it being solo in the Adventure Zone.
Yeah, I found that I didn't find too much of an issue with it being solo, but there absolutely was a point, like the last batch of the patrol missions had. It required. There was just so many enemy ships, and it was just so much combat. Like each one of them was taking like a half an hour or more to complete.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where they tweak the hit points that kind of help things out. Unless you just did these recently.
Yeah.
In which case, we're probably screwed, but we're following the cube now. It's going places.
As it hears that, if people remember from the original version of these missions, here's the one where you have to defeat the two sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these are showing off the new Undine ships too, which are like not really a match for us. But yeah, not much happens. They teased the thing where Club 47's coming back soon.
Oh yeah, Club 47 is coming back in a bit. I found that news article to just be personally amusing because it's like,
Sorry,
nothing else important to show. We'll just talk about the new Club 47. But I know a lot of people were
A lot of
actually,
people like it.
um, yeah.
Where's there? They are. You say, where's the last group?
And also, like the new Club 47 actually looks
Yeah, the
pretty
screenshots
rad.
look good.
They are, yeah, they are making it a separate instance inside of Earth
It's
Space
probably
System.
good.
Yeah, which is probably for the better.
Keep down on lag.
Well, I saw some folks talking on the forums about that, and like they are a little upset because it means that like the local channels are different because they are considered separate.
Yeah, but that's not
zones.
necessarily a bad thing given what goes on in local channels.
Yeah, yeah, that is not necessarily a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Now we have to stop the Borg from capturing Undine's ship.
Yeah, and you can do this by actually, here all you can do is, or maybe we've already done that part. I don't know.
Weird.
Because I remember like there's a minor like quote unquote moral decision on this factor.
Which of the two
That,
extremely hostile and powerful alien factions do you want to shoot?
yeah,
My answer: both of them.
yeah.
Whoops. Whoops, I exploded.
Whoops. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I'm trying not to.
It's not good. It's not good for your health.
It's really not.
Yeah, it's not like the decision means anything, but yeah, like it is. It sort of sets it up so it's like you have the option between destroying the Undine ship to deny it from the Borg, or destroying the Borg, or damaging the Borg ship so that it releases the Undine ship and it can escape.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it had that option still,
I think I might just too quickly move through it and pick something.
yeah. Yeah, it's quite possible that we may have just short-circuited the normal flow of this mission.
Yeah. You seem to be taking a lot of hits to bring down, for whatever reason. Oh God. That's why I'm not really fond of the Dyson Sphere Adventure Zone. Space Adventure Zone, I should say. I mean, it's not bad, but the puddles are annoying.
Yeah, the space set that's associated with that helps with that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, that was just me being dumb.
Whoops.
I flew too close to an exploding ship and exploded myself.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
Alright, so now we can beam over to the Borg cube.
Yes. Okay, now I want to try something actually. Let's see who we bring. Bring him. Okay. So I'm gonna try something.
Okay. No, nothing.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to see if first contact logic holds up in this game.
Oh.
Cause you see, I got a shotgun.
Oh. Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure that physical damage actually does bypass their adaptation. Because if I remember correctly, the old CR-116
Your Jem'Hadar still has the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we do this, so switch to shotgun. And
now he's using it on literally nothing.
yes. And I forget, do party members need frequency remodulators?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or more specifically, they should.
Yeah. Ooh. Why did I bring you? You don't have a... Sorry. Hang on a sec.
Oh, while he's doing that, I'll just mention something amusing that we'll probably not get at later. One of the STFs, the ground one, um, has a special achievement which requires you to walk through one of these uh, machines here, which is basically like an automated assimilator. And walking through it kills you, but it gets you this achievement, which you can then later go to a special vendor and buy a assimilated Borg bridge officer.
Yeah.
Like it's like the only one you can get for free, basically. Because all the other assimilated Borgs require you to liberated bridge officers require you to spend some amount of money, like real money. Because one of them is Lobi crystals, and 3 are just straight C-store.
Anyway, I will... Where's my... Oh, I already have one. Okay. So... in case this doesn't work like it should. Where are you guys?
No, just towards the exit.
There we go. So yeah, I got the shotgun from the Mirror Invasion event thingy. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is a nice looking weapon.
One hilarious thing, which I hope we get to show off, it will still disintegrate people.
Nice. It's that good of a shotgun.
It is that good of a shotgun. I would have loved it if they added in, like, Gibbs or something. I don't know if you can see it on my...
Yeah, the shotgun, since it deals physical damage, should bypass their shields and not trigger adaptation.
It hasn't so far. It's doing pretty good damage.
Yeah, actually it was.
It's only Mark 11 too. It's not like upgrade right.
Really? The one you got is only Mark 11?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I got on 5 different characters, and by the way, I'm never doing the Mirror event again. Well, until the next time they do it. But yeah, each one's different mods and different mark. Like I got one that was Mark 12. Not that it matters because you can upgrade it. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's different quality because I think all mine are blue.
I'm pretty sure it actually comes as a blue. Because if I remember correctly, the announcing blog post only showed a blue shotgun.
Yeah, it has thus far not triggered the need to remodulate, so
okay,
pretty good for these missions.
They're definitely not adapting to solid slug.
So I'm totally gonna upgrade this thing later.
It sounds like a good. In fact, that is actually one of the reasons why the old TR-116 is not upgradable. It kind of obsoletes a lot of stuff. Also, it's kind of broken in PvP.
PvP.
Well, yeah. Alright. This is the opposite corner. But it's also like why I think even back in the older times, people would carry around battlelists for the ground task forces.
Yeah, I mean, I did it too, but
because
it's a shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, all Starfleet needs to do is mass-produce shotguns, and they can take on the Borg. I'm ignoring the fact that getting really close to them is probably a stupid idea, but...
Well, you don't need... Like, not all shotguns are, like, close-range weapons.
This is video games, Baglo. All shotguns are close-range weapons.
Hey, that's not even true in all video games. I've played some that have...
Those games are wrong. All of them. Shotguns are melee weapons. Where am I being shot from? Yeah, these things are... This thing's chewing these guys up, pretty much. 249 damage.
Yeah, because physical damage also ignores shields.
It also has a small amount of, like, area, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my shotgun later today.
Yay! No, it's not this good on Kobali.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I would see it still being useful for bypassing shields, but like losing shields is not that big of a deal in the Kobali zone. Because like since everyone there is just normal enemies, like having the shields just means it takes a few extra cycles to shoot at them.
Did I go the wrong way? I went the wrong way again. I was so caught up in my shooting Borg with a shotgun. So, clearly next Mare event they need to do Picard's Tommy gun. First contact.
Yeah.
Which again, proves Starfleet's just kind of dumb, because...
Well, it has actually been justified. Like, part of it is, it is difficult to maintain the supplies for ballistic weapons. Even with it being replicatable, like that still burns, replicator resources.
Well, I'm not saying make it standard issue, but if you know you're gonna, you run into the Borg, have a few shotguns, or even like a Magnum to headshot them or something. Oh, that's right. We have to actually damage this thing.
Yeah, to actually destroy the Borg device.
Let me ask, I completely forget how different this mission is from the old one.
Yeah, this actually may be...
I think it's a little different.
No, it is not the most changed, because the previous one definitely was the most changed, but this is definitely
I would argue the next one's the most changed.
Very dramatically.
I said I would argue the next one's the most changed, and that the next one's an entirely new mission.
Oh. Okay. There's a lot of body parts of Undine just floating in tubes.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
for some reason, it seems like I was having trouble shooting at that device.
Oh, hey, I just realized I'm not in my armor. Give me a second. Gotta look
Yeah.
the part.
That is a pretty nice looking armor. I gotta finish getting the resources for
Yeah.
that, which is at this point now I just need to run uh, the space battle zone a few more times for the well for a few more marks, but more importantly
Mm-hmm.
uh, for the secondary resource.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too long.
So folks will
This fight's actually a little
yeah,
less
because now
annoying.
we aren't in that massive room with 100 other
It's
Borg.
yeah, I mean it's hard because the assimilated Undine's a pain in the ass. It's not hard because you are aggroing 5 billion guys by accident. Which actually, that's my problem with Cabal Zone too, because basically Star Trek is not super great about letting you know when you're going to aggro guys.
Yeah.
At least say like, wow, you don't really. At least I don't have a really good sense of distance. Should revive me. One of you NPC guys. Okay, I'm revived. I'll get you up.
What's going on there did not look pretty. Did not look good.
No. Okay, sure. I got your Jem'Hadar up so he can fight the Undine with its most deadly weapon of a fire extinguisher.
Nothing wrong with that. And he's. I don't know what's going on. It's just so weird.
Oops. Hey, you should kill me. Like, right now. Like, dude, seriously, kill me. Thank you. Now revive me.
Nah. Maybe we'll just let you stay down. I'm just gonna respawn.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, this is still a tougher fight because I mean,
It is a
Undine
very tough fight, but
are also tougher.
They're
Yeah,
resilient.
but it is a significantly easier fight than it was originally.
It's less annoying, like I said.
Yeah.
It's
Also, just don't stand in the fire.
yeah, I know. Okay, and it's dead. So now we gotta go overload the Vinculum.
Yeah.
Vinculum. Kill him. The thingy. Do the thing. And I will overload it by shooting it with a shotgun.
That sounds about right. And this time,
Beam up.
instead of it suggesting that the cube is going to explode instantly, it's just, hey, the cube is waking up. You should probably get out of there.
Yeah.
And
now we should blow it up. It's not even really gonna fight back. Fortunately, these assholes show up.
To kind of help.
And we don't even need
We
to fight
can if
them.
we want, but they will run away once, or they should. That one Nikor is staying there, but
Yeah.
he's not he's not coming to us. So, anyways, yeah. So that's the remaster of Assimilation. But,
Yeah, a little bit. I think
it
it's
is
better, but
absolutely a better
only a
mission.
little bit.
Um, it's not quite as long of one, and it's a lot better balanced.
Yeah. And that brings us to the final mission of the Borg
So I should also
Advance.
just mention the new reward for this is also basically an example of a weapon you can get as part of the Task Force Omega reputations set, which is basically you carrying around a Borg arm as a minigun.
Yeah. And on replay, I think it offers it. It also offered the a kit.
It did give you a kit as part of the main rewards.
Because that was it was, those missions are when they redid the kit system.
I actually got a pretty decent set
Thanks.
from it, but I don't have enough modules to replace what I'm using. Anyway, yeah, so now we're going to do... Well, Fluid Dynamics was a mission that already existed, but this is... Yeah, this one
Kinda.
is changed quite a lot.
I will say it was a name that existed.
Oh, sure.
Also, this mission is totally better because I hated that one.
Yeah, that mission wasn't very good.
Okay. Ready whenever you are.
Spud over there.
The final we did the Breen Advance last time,
Yes.
right? And we've done like literally all those featured episodes involving the Dyson Sphere over time.
So after we do this one, all that should be left now is starting Delta Rising.
Okay, so yes, the final mission before we start Delta Rising. I'm level 54 already. Let's see if I have to stop and grind at any point during our Delta Rising time.
I know I need to get my Delta Rising character ready to go. Because again, I have a max level character now, but the way they structure some of the missions, I would rather go through it fresh. So I need to get a character prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I gotta spend this upcoming week doing that.
Yeah, it's the week before my life turns to hell.
Yeah. It's gonna be that time, huh?
Oh yeah. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which actually isn't really a big deal for me, but
I do like how Tuvok mentions here, like, just how ridiculous our rise through the ranks is. Because if you think about it, by this point in the story, not even a year has passed, and
yeah,
you are probably an admiral by the time you're doing this.
The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate.
I think it would have been best if they had not applied exact flow of time to it, but
no, I think it would have been better if they hadn't applied ranks to it.
Or that, yeah. Also, I don't know if this is true on yours. There are in fact 2 USS Stardancers in this mission. At least on my screen. Anyway, now we've entered into fluidic space. You know what's gone? Space mantas. There's no space mantas anymore. I'm glad for it, because that mission sucked because the space manta moved as slow as molasses in January in the middle of Alaska.
Yeah.
Or, northern Canada.
Also, this mission also shows off the new change to how fluidic space works, in that it is more of a fluid. So, folks will probably notice looking at my screen how my impulse thrust sort of waves around. Because yeah, like you will sort of drift a little bit as you're flying.
Yeah. It's a Borg device. That doesn't look good.
A Borg device in fluidic space is probably not a good idea.
This space is saying it's an interplexing beacon. So it's a radio, or a antenna actually.
Allows them to continue communicating through fluidic space.
Yeah. Go figure Borg Wi-Fi doesn't work in water.
Whoever would have thought that. Alright, scan the next one. Okay.
So there's 5 of them. It's like they're leading us somewhere.
Now we're picking up some sort of Starfleet transmission.
Weird.
Okay, let's see what this weird signal is.
What the signal is? So we fly into the space boogers. That's what it looks like to me, anyway.
Landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize, fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area.
So it seems to be like some sort of
Klingon Defense Force.
like storage yard for vessels. They're all a little higher. You can see there's, in fact, yeah, there's a whole lot of wrecked starships up here. They certainly look like normal ships, but they don't seem to be constructed like one.
Gasp! Who could have done this? Same guys who are responsible for, like, literally everything.
Why would the Iconians make fake ships?
Maybe to distract us from, or, distract the Undine, or rile up the Undine. To make them hate us. Distract us from them.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here.
Right, we gotta head back to
The Venture.
Yeah, so this
To
one of the
save
things
it.
that this mission does a whole lot better is sort of better lay out why the Undine have been acting the way they have been.
The Iconians have been doing false flag operations,
Pretty much,
basically.
yeah. Well, there's no ship here, but there are a bunch of escape pods. And
Yes.
there's Dr. Cooper.
Yes, this is the other possibility for him having been
Yeah.
replaced.
We were floating here, waiting, and then Undine. They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. I don't know. It all happened so.
So,
Now we go find the next beacon, which is up here. Or over here, I guess. Directions have no meaning in space.
pretty much. Right, one more beacon.
What is this? This foul visage of boogers with metal sticking out of them. It's like someone snorted microchips or something, and then sneezed them out.
Looks like,
That's what their boogers would look like.
Alright.
So yeah, the Borg are fucking with fluidic
Yeah.
space, and Undine are probably pissed about
yeah,
that.
you can see
Go
that
big.
they've certainly tried to assimilate these coral structures.
Nevertheless, our orders
The Borg presence is a lot bigger than we had thought, but we're gonna go engage them anyway.
Yeah, we can do it. Borg are pansies.
Is that a Borg unimatrix? It's enormous! I admit that it is an impressive structure.
Since I remember you asked it at a previous episode. So the
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
glad you remember
So
I
the,
asked in the previous episode, 'cause I sure know.
The Intel Cruiser has an ability that gives it gives a bonus effect when used against an enemy that has been fully vulnerable. The Intel Escort has its ability adds vulnerability. It fully vulnerabilizes the target. But I haven't seen the Intel Science Vessel, so I'm not sure what this one does. But I think it has I think its ability is basically adding up the vulnerability stacks faster.
That'd be handy.
If I remember correctly, its ability is the probe swarm. But I don't know if I'll actually bother using it, because at least on my main character, because the starship trait you get from leveling up that one is not really useful to me.
Oh no, Borg Diamond. Careful, the Borg will break out their most powerful ship. The dodecahedron. I guess it's a joke, because I think they do have a Borg
Yeah, there
octahedron.
is one that is in fact their flagship
That's the boss ship in
yeah.
Borg Advance. Or
Disconnected.
disconnected, that's what I'm thinking. Shooting the Borg. This one takes a while to kill.
Yeah, because it is a boss ship. But yeah, I can help it out a little bit by using the vulnerability stuff.
Mm-hmm. I can help it out a little bit by exploding right in front of it.
That helps a little bit too. I
Just
mean,
a little
not
bit.
a lot. It's still not that great. But exploding ships still deal a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Some folks may also have noticed over off to the side um, the Borg, basically their Borg super weapon cannon, which is part of the remade. Which one is it? One of the remade STFs features it. Features two of them actually. As if we have to, I think we actually have to go towards it. Oh no, we don't have to. It is targetable though, if we so desired, but there's no point in it.
Mm-hmm. Now we get to haul ass to
We
Lollapalooza.
need to get out of here.
Head toward the artificial singularity, which looks like the glowing eye of
Yeah,
Sauron.
pretty much. Yeah, so now they're just gonna show off the weapon, I guess. Or no, I guess the Undine is just gonna blow it up.
Yeah, they're going to show the Borg their super weapon.
One of their super weapons. Because the Undine also still have those planet killers.
Yeah. And so was the Iconians all along, which is what the other mission told us to do. What?
We need to report to Starfleet Command immediately. We thought that the Undine
so
was responding to a Borg
this laid out like
but it now appears that the
basically a better reason why the Undine were acting the way they were.
There is some good news.
It at least presented it better. Because there was still the connection in the first series, which I still don't think were very good missions.
I mean, there were some good ones.
I mean, they were okay for them, for the time at least. So these missions are also good because they give you your choice of dual anti-proton weapons. Or not dual, just anti-proton weapons. Mark 11 purples, which if you replay this a few times, it's a good jump on in game for you.
Now we report back.
With just a time investment rather than having to grind a bunch of money or something.
Especially since, like, really for the longest time, anti-proton. So back when the game first came out, even though Cryptek designed all the energy types so that they were basically equivalent, they still designed anti-proton as the end game raid, quote unquote, energy type. That would be the energy type you would use once you were max level and starting to do the end game content. So as a result, like, a lot of stuff surrounding anti-proton was super expensive because it was basically the only one that mattered.
Yeah. There were no below Mark 11 or so anti-proton weapons until the crafting system came along too, because they just didn't drop.
So actually, since doing that, so since doing all of those got this character to level 51, I might as well just do a brief talk here about the new specialization system.
That's a convenient segue.
So one of the things they added in Delta Rising was after you reach level 50, you no longer get skill points that you can spend on the skill tree. Like, that's fully capped out. They didn't add a whole other tier or anything. What they added instead was this captain specialization system, where you have primary specializations and secondary specializations. Right now, there's only one primary specialization and two secondary. Once a specialization has been activated, you get a certain set of active abilities that are always active. So, for example, intelligence officer, when intelligence officer is set as your active primary skill, you get this intelligence officer skill that's always on. So you always get a, a scaling bonus to dodge, chance, and defense um, at all times based on the number of points you spent in intelligence. You also
Mm-hmm.
get you also at each level past 50, so at 51 through 60, and then once you reach 60, every
It's every
so
so
many
much
XP after that
XP.
point, you get a specialization point, which allows you to unlock an ability on the specialization trees. Um, so, for example, here you can see that like there's little trees as well. Like some ones are unlocked, uh, and then the others you need to buy previous ones before you get the later versions. Um, and also as you buy the abilities on the trees, you also unlock other things across the top bar. So, for example, all of these ones you unlock the next tier after buying 5 of the previous tier. But then, for example, an intelligence officer, once you've purchased 8 abilities, you can actually now start equipping white intelligence kit modules. At 13, you can use green. At 18, you can use blue. At 22, you can now start training intelligence specialists to use rank 3 abilities. At 27, you can use purple. And once you've capstoned, you get a space skill, which I think is actually a equipable trait.
Yeah, it is. Improved predictive
Yeah.
algorithms.
Which is actually kind of neat.
It basically lets you,
if you use
remove negative effects by using like beam
Yeah.
fire will and
And
cannon
gives you-
overload and stuff, or cannon rapid fire and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
So intelligence officer is primarily, actually, intelligence officer is kind of a all-around one, but it's primarily focused on mobility and evasion. So you get a lot of things that that sort of cover up weaknesses. So, like for example, the starting 2 abilities, hide weakness and flank protection. Basically, so flank protection decreases flanking damage, so being attacked by the sides if you're on the ground, and hide weakness. If one of your shield facings is depleted, you gain a bonus to damage resistance as long as you are being attacked from that side. And like further space bonuses are if any of your shield facings are depleted, you gain bonus to shield regeneration on that side. Tier 2, if you miss your target, you gain a bonus to accuracy for a limited amount of time. But it also includes a set of abilities that basically increases your perception, or in this case, if you get affected by a confuse or a placate, then there's a chance that it will be removed. Tier 3 includes an interesting ability in space flanking, where you get a bonus to all damage if you shoot an enemy in the rear. But also, and it increases, and the further ones along that tier increase that more. Like for example, if your projectiles hit the enemy rear, there's a chance that you will drain shields.
Yeah, and it stacks if you're a raider too. So
whereas the ground one is,
I don't know how
bonus.
Useful that is in metagame.
Whereas the ground one is bonus to flanking, but so basically the same thing. And then tier 4, plus 5% power recharge speed. There's intelligence fleet. And then an active skill to give increased shield penetration and exposed chance. So that's intelligence. So yeah, intelligence officer is I would say a lot of it is kind of like your typical like rogue um, setup.
Yeah, as much as you can apply that to
Yeah, as much
to
as you can apply
Starship
something like
combat,
that
but the ground stuff
to Star
definitely
Trek.
is.
Um, Commando is definitely a ground oriented secondary specialization. Um,
I think it's
it is
entirely
entirely ground
ground.
except
Yeah,
for its capstone, which is a space ability.
I think
Yes.
all of them have a capstone as the
Yeah,
Starship Trek.
they actually have said on the forums that due to the way the system is structured, the capstone abilities can only be space traits because that's the way it's designed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, if they continue to add more ground-focused secondary specializations, you're still going to have space traits come of it. They may change that in the future, but as things stand right now, uh, that's just the way it is. Um, yeah, so Commando is like all ground stuff. Its default is a bonus to all damage in ground combat. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like its starting abilities are reduce cooldown on secondary modes or bonus critical chance when in aim mode. Um, huh. Increased health regeneration when crouching. That's useful. Whenever you roll, leave a spatial mine behind. Wow, that's interesting.
That's pretty good.
Um, oh, weapon and cooldown on all not weapon abilities. Um, Juggernaut system. Knock back foes within melee range while sprinting.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Bonus damage resistance, bonus hit points, bonus shield capacity, and reduces energy damage. Yeah, so Commando is basically like it is absolutely the ground. Like if you want to do a lot of ground combat, then that specialization is for you. However,
Alternately, if you want to do a lot of ground combat,
yeah.
don't play this game.
However,
But
the pilot one is absolutely space range, space specialization, because
mm-hmm.
it is based on making your ship more maneuverable. Like its starting ones are, um, if you are fully stopped or your shields are offline, you still actually have a pretty good. Um, well, first off, like it'll still give you some speed when your engines are offline instead of just stopping you straight in the water. But also still give you a pretty decent turn rate even if your engines are stopped or you um, or disabled. Um, Activating any attack pattern ability gives you an increase in hit points. Uh, Increased defense and flight speed when moving in reverse. Eat by Dust is an interesting one. Whenever someone attacks you in your rear arc, you gain a stacking defense bonus. Um, Although when it considers rear arc seems a little fudgy because I've definitely had Eat by Dust activate when someone's hit me in my sides. Desperate Flight is interesting.
It makes it even better.
Desperate Flight is interesting because as your hull decreases, you get a bonus to your flight speed and turn rate. And Reckless Abandon, whenever you use evasive maneuvers, you're immune to movement impairing effects.
That's a really good one because that gives you another way of clear
Yeah.
movement things in addition to like attack pattern omega and what is it? I think polarized hull makes you immune to tractor beams. So,
and then the capstone said rock and roll is a active skill which causes your ship to
do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
You do barrel roll.
Temporarily making your ship invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus defense after using rock and roll, and bonus turn rate after using rock and roll. So I should probably buy hide weakness to start with. But yeah, once you reach max level, you still need, like, you can still get more points. So it is fully possible to fully unlock
Yeah, you
everything.
can gain them
Yeah.
infinitely, I think.
Um, Originally, Cryptic intended that once you've gotten enough XP for a specialization point and you'd already purchased all your spec points, then the game would give you some dilithium ore instead. I think that they have temporarily disabled that because of the exploit that they have um, fixed not that long ago. Uh,
Yeah, we can't have nice things thanks
yeah,
to some people.
they will probably reactivate that once normal people are closer to having capped out specialization systems.
From what I understand, the problem wasn't just it happening; it's the fact they were able to. I think it was certain Tau Dewa sector
It
patrol
was.
things that let you just gain tons and tons
Yeah,
and tons of
there was
XP.
one thing in Tau Dewa that was granting significantly more XP than was intended, and people were exploiting that to gain ridiculous amounts of levels.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So they ruined
Yeah.
it for everybody.
pretty much. But yeah, so I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and hopefully next time we will be able to dive.
Actually,
We'll
start
be able to
Delta
dive
Rising.
right into Delta Rising. So
Unless we miss
yeah,
something
so
else.
we'll see you all next time.
We miss anything else?
But, I don't
Okay.
think it's
Bye,
anything else.
everybody.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.